G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you, and I've got something really exciting to show off today, something I've been looking forward to showcasing for a long time now on the channel. We're up to another homebrew battle, and I thought it'd be great at this stage to show off finally the G.I.Joe United range of stuff I've been working on. I think I've been working on this for almost up to a year now, sort of thing. So great to finally get it on the channel. Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy. So we're looking at the first villain. This is the first villain I designed for the range. Is of course the Cobra Commander. So yeah, he's one that he doesn't have a lot of special stuff going on here. He's a pretty sort of standard sort of villain, no special setup or anything like that. And I don't tend to put the supervillain stuff in when I make my homebrew characters. I've never really sort of played with that mode, so I don't really know how to balance putting that stuff in, but feel free to play supervillain mode, of course. There's no reason, I guess, why you couldn't. You just sort of give a few tokens to the heroes. When I was designing Cobra Commander, I was trying to think, okay, what am I going to do to sort of tell this guy's story? What's the theme, or what sort of major trait do I want to show off of his? He doesn't really tend to have a really strong sort of unique character, at least I guess to start with in the series, in the comic series and that sort of thing. But apart from just being sort of like a sort of power hungry madman sort of thing. But through doing those sort of bits of research, reading the comics and that sort of thing, the thing that struck me was he was sort of like the man with 1,000 plans. He always had something on the go. Every issue was sort of like a bit like Pinky in the Brain. He was he's like, what are we going to do? This time, and same thing we do every week. So. He basically has lots and lots of different plans going on. So that's what I've decided to base his character around. So if we have a look at him, he's going to be coming in with 9 health, because we're going to field a team of 3 Joes today. But if we have a look at the BAM here, this will help tell the story. So we add a crisis token to the threat in Cobra Commander's location, and then we deal a damage to each hero in that location as well. And the idea is that he is basically trying to advance all of his different plans, and the plans come in the form of his different threats. So he's always got something up his sleeve, he's always got something that he's working on, and he seems to be sort of working on multiple plans at once, multiple plans on the go. So if there are ever 4 crisis tokens on any threat, the heroes lose. That's his villainous plot. And we also have a related goal here, a heroic goal, where the heroes can win if he is vulnerable and there are no threats in any location. So he sort of becomes vulnerable in the normal way sort of thing. So he's basically trying to advance his different plans, and we're trying to stop him from getting those done. We can also take him down with 9 health there as well. His special rules, though, to make things a little bit tricky for us, is that if a hero is KO'd, add an already cleared threat chosen at random to the closest location to Cobra Commander without one. So this might not be as easy as it seems, because if we're getting damaged too much and we get taken out, he can bring stuff back in, so make it harder for us to completely clear everything. Also, if one or more thug or civilians cannot be added to a location, his overflow effect is that he adds a crisis token to the threat in that location. But even worse, if there's no threat there, we add a crisis token to the next clockwise threat. So that's always going to be a bit of a danger there. So let's see how that goes. So we'll put that back down. We'll give him his 9 health. Now, I mentioned he has lots of plans on the go, so these are all sort of represented by the threats in the locations, and these are all based on different things that he sort of like was working on in those first few issues of the comic. So he's got fanatical vipers in each location with at least 1 thug present, deal a damage to a hero there. So that triggers if he lands on this location. Okay, so that means any spot with thugs in them could be dangerous for us if he lands on that, so that could be a bit of a trip up for us. We have here the VIP hostages, so if he lands here, he adds 2 civilians to this location. So basically it's a big risk for overflow over in this section here. Then over here we have the sleeper agents. So this is similar to the fanatical vipers in each location with at least one civilian present, and we deal a damage to a hero there. So we've got to watch out for those civilians. Some of them might not be what they seem. And we have another landing spot location over here. We have the anti-gravity device. I like this one. Move all heroes to the opposite location, or the location opposite to where they are currently standing. So basically just sort of flips the board around a little bit, keeps us on our toes, maybe throws off some of our plans. And here we have, talking about throwing off our plans, red herrings. So remove one action token from each other threat in play. So this essentially robs us of some of the progress we might be making if we don't take care of this one. And heal 1 damage from each henchman. So essentially it takes progress away from either the threats by removing the tokens, or by basically removing some of the damage we might have done to the henchmen. So there you go, that's that one there. And finally, speaking of henchmen, there is one henchman in this one, and that is the Trojan robot. So it comes in with a big whopping 5 health, and unfortunately the Joes have decided to bring the, the Trojan robot into their base, and he's wreaking havoc. So he deals 2 damage to a hero in the location and 1 damage to a hero in each adjacent location. So, and he's going to have his 5 health on there as well. So those are all the threats, and essentially Cobra Commander is going to be moving around putting crisis tokens on those, and if one ever builds up 4 crisis tokens on it, we have lost the game, because that plan has come to fruition. Today's little battle, we're going to be using, unfortunately, great apologies to Big Head Chibis, who do make a cool range of models for the G.I. Joe Chibi line, but I don't have any of those at the moment, so planning on getting some sent soon, ordering some, getting them printed off, but haven't quite got there yet. So we're just proxying some guys. So we're going to use, I think this guy's name is Crimson Dynamo or Red Dynamo or something. So we're going to be using him as the Cobra Commander. I figure he's got a pretty similar helmet there. And let's have a look at our heroes as well. So we're going with a team of, well, let's start with probably the biggest stretch in terms of we're going to do some proxying here. And believe it or not, this is going to be Snake Eyes. And I figure, well, he's doing a kind of like a cool leap over the thing, over the wall there, and I think Snake Eyes was blonde in the comics underneath that mask, so we're going to use long shot. So let's have a look at Snake Eyes' cards here. So he was the first one I think I designed, the first character I think I designed for G.I. Joe United, so hopefully he stands up, but we're going to draw 2 cards here because he does have a starting hand card. Let's have a look at that one. So he's the Silent Warrior, so he may avoid being targeted by one henchman's BAM effect each villain turn, so he can sort of sneak around the different henchmen and try and take them out without being targeted by them. So you can almost sort of send him off to deal with the henchmen and let your other Joes sort of run on and try and complete the other missions. That's the idea behind him there. So he's also got Ninja Master, so he's got this move or a punch plus a couple of punches here. Oh, and we've got another one here too. So the idea behind Snake Eyes when I was designing him is I wanted him to sort of represent the fact that he's kind of like a master of all art sort of thing, so he's good at everything. So he's got the Ninja Master thing here. He's also a small arms expert, so he can punch once in up to 2 adjacent locations, plus it's got a move or a punch there as well. And he's got a couple more of these sort of like expert cards as well. We'll see if they turn up, and we'll put this down here. Now I am using the double wilds in this one as well. I haven't actually designed any equipment, even though you could definitely see that in the world of G.I. Joe, equipment would be a very sort of well, it makes sense to have equipment, right? All their weapons and that sort of stuff. But I just, as I was designing this sort of stuff, I wasn't really in the headspace for making equipment. I haven't really sort of mastered the art of that and coming up with good ways to have them recharge and all that sort of stuff as well. But I have worked on the vehicle mode, which we aren't showing off today, but that's another big mode that I've sort of created for G.I. Joe. And with the vehicle mode, there is equipment there. So for those of you looking for equipment, there is some equipment in this version of the game, but I haven't done the regular equipment yet. So that might come down the track, who knows. But next up we have Scarlett, who will be played probably this is the least big stretch here, because we have another redhead here. We have Black Widow. I was blanking there for a second. Yeah, Black Widow. So Scarlett doesn't have a starting hand card, but she's all about covert ops and counter-espionage or counter-intelligence and all that sort of stuff. And she's a bit of a foil for the Baroness. I've designed the Baroness as well as a villain, so we'll see her down the track. But Scarlett's kind of been designed with the Baroness in mind and a bit of a counter for her, but she works well against any villain, really, to be honest. So she's got covert ops here, so this is straight out of Black Widow's playbook. Look at the top card of the Master Plan deck, and you may place it on the bottom, so pretty standard sort of stuff. Oh, she's drawn 2 of those, okay. So there you go, she's got a couple of those, plus she's got a punch and a heroic. And now we've got Storm Shadow. So this is the ninja team. These were the first 3 that I worked on. And really, because I think Big Head Chibis were making models for the G.I. Joe range, so that's when I sort of got inspired to start making the characters. And Storm Shadow, I hadn't made his villain deck until very recently. I only just finished off the finishing touches today. I'm sort of happy with where he's at. Now I just need to send it out to the other home brewers, other designers, and get their feedback on him and that sort of thing as well. But yeah, so villain version of Storm Shadow is coming, but this is the hero version. So let's have a look here. We've got a move and a punch. We have a just a wild there and a heroic. And this is one of my favorite bits of art here. From of course, all the art is by the fantastic Erwin Thunder. But I really, this was one of the things that I was super excited to use, because I remember fantastic comic in the G.I. Joe range called SFX, and it just blew my mind when I read it for the first time as a kid. It was like a complete issue, and there was like no dialogue in it at all. It was all just panels, silent sort of panels, I guess. And it had a really cool scene where all these like ninjas were sort of like trying to ambush Storm Shadow in his dojo, and there were some ninjas outside the door or something, and he threw the sword through and impaled the guy, and I thought it was really cool. So this is taken from that pane there, or that panel. So yeah, fantastic. So that's Storm Shadow. He doesn't have a lot to show there. All these special cards are hidden away in his deck, but that's what he's going to bring to the party for the first turn. And Storm Shadow, still a bit of a stretch here, but at least he kind of looks, he's got the white hood and everything. So this is Moon Knight, but we're going to be using him as Storm Shadow today. So hopefully I can show off some of the models down the track for these different G.I. Joe figures, but for now, this is what we're using. And location-wise, let's have a look here. We've got the Chaplain's Assistant School, where at the beginning of the G.I. Joe comic series, this is where they have their underground base. We've got the old Spanish fort, which was a location in one of the first issues. We've got Rio Lindo, I think it's the capital of, I want to say Sierra Gordo, sort of fictional place in the G.I. Joe comics. We've got an oil pipeline and an abandoned Arctic research station up here. And then, of course, pretty fittingly, we've got Cobra Commander as one of his undersea bases here. This says villains in this location can only be damaged by attacks or effects that originate here. So essentially, he's hiding out under the ocean. So you have to go to him and sort of find him. You can't sort of just attack him from a distance with different effects there. So that's when I'll have to try and remember. That's the sort of thing I'll forget, you know, in a critical moment of the game, and damage him for the winning hit and realise that I couldn't do it because I was doing it from across the board or something. So we'll see how we go. All right, well, I think we've explained everything. We've got the heroes, we've got the villain, we've got the locations. Oh, one last thing, I haven't explained this. We talked about different modes, so I'll be showing off, as I mentioned, the vehicle mode. I'll also be showing off the Viper deck mode as well, the Viper threat deck. And today, though, we're going to be looking at the Now You Know challenge. So this is where the Joes go around and rescue a bunch of kids from dangerous situations, and then hold a little PSA announcement sort of thing. And this was really funny at the end of each cartoon episode. So this challenge here is designed to make the game easier for heroes. So this is a bit like using the danger room training cards, or I think it's not Camp Hammond. Is it Camp Hammond? Camp Hammond, I think, has the advanced training deck, and this is a similar sort of thing. So you're not really supposed to take out double wilds or wilds with this one, because it is supposed to make things a bit easier, but if you want to, you can, that's fine. We replaced the Rescue Civilians mission with the Now You Know mission, so that's this one here. So you can see, just it looks very similar, but you have these 3 special spots here. And then we'll just skip down to the bottom here. The Go Joe mode, which I realize I should have called the Yo-Jo mode, for a slightly harder challenge, you can use that, and all that does is same sort of thing, but you have an extra row, so you have to rescue more. Although you do get to get an extra bonus out of that too, so I guess it's not that much harder. And let's have a look what the mode actually does though. So we shuffle the And Knowing is Half the Battle cards and place them in a face-down deck near the playing area. And then civilians rescued during the game are placed on the Now You Know mission card instead of the Rescue Civilians one. At the end of a hero's turn, they may draw a card from the And Knowing is Half the Battle deck for each civilian that they have placed on the 3rd space. That's what those little stars represent on the mission card. During the future turn, a hero may trigger their card's effects by discarding it to the bottom of the deck, and essentially they're all like those training cards here. So if we have a look at a couple here, they've got the discard instruction there, and then they'll have some sort of lesson that the kids are being taught. So this is endorsed by the Child Safety Council, by the way. Let's have a look here. So this one is, your first job is to escape immediately, then call for help. So move to an adjacent location, then move another hero to your location. Or here, if a fire breaks out, always test the door first. Prevent 1 damage dealt from a non-henchman threat card. Okay, here we have, you need teamwork to win, not arguments. Give a wild token to the hero whose turn is next. Use your head, there's almost always a better way, so ignore the effect of something that requires 2 movement instead of 1, and so on and so on. So you can see the idea. So they have these little lessons and you get a bonus from it. So if you rescue, essentially this is sort of representing rescuing kids in these 3rd spaces, and then you teach them a lesson, and everyone learns something. Alright, so we'll put those down there, and I think we'll get ready to start. So let's see what the Cobra Commander gets up to. Alright, well, let's try and foil his next dastardly plan, and the next, and the next, and the next. Alright, let's see how we go. What's he going to get up to? We'll hold that here for us. Okay. Oh, he's going 4, and then he's going to do a bam. Alright, so he's moving 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. Okay, already we're under a bit of pressure here. He's putting out 2 civilians. He's got more VIP hostages for us to rescue. And that is because he landed on this space here, which adds 2 civilians to his location. Then he is going to place a crisis token for his BAM. He is BAMing. So he adds a crisis token to the threat. Then he deals a damage to the people in here, in this location. There luckily are no heroes there. We work our way around. There is a BAM over here. So this robot is going to do 2 damage to a hero in this location, and then 1 damage to a hero in each adjacent location. I was going to take it on Snake Eyes because I figure, well, he might be able to sort of block a bit of that damage in future. But he's got 2 good cards there as well, so maybe that's not the play. I've got 2 of these Covert Ops cards from Scarlett. Storm Shadow's just got a couple of cards here. Maybe we just get rid of this single. Maybe Storm Shadow will take the hit. Single heroic there, I think. Alright, so that's the robot, causes a bit of damage there. And then he's going to put out some thugs. So he puts 1 here, and he puts another one over here in the research station. But unfortunately, the old Spanish fort is full, and he is going to place another crisis token there. So that's already 2 there. So if another 2 crisis tokens go on this threat here, we have lost the game. So already he's put us under all sorts of pressure here. Now that gives me some very tough decisions because I really want Snake Eyes here to go deal with that robot. But can I afford to do that? Do I have a lot of heroics here with Storm Shadow? Not a lot. Interesting. Alright. Well, the thing is, if Snake Eyes comes over this way, everything else is punches that he's got here, aren't they? So, maybe I'll put the Silent Warrior down. And... maybe do we at least just put some work towards this one? Maybe not. Maybe I just do, what do I want to do? Maybe rescue? Although he's put a bunch of thugs out, hasn't he? But if I rescue, I could get us, I could teach a kid a lesson. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 civilians on the board though, aren't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 thugs. Alright, let's rescue a civilian. Just on the off chance we might see some of this down the track. Yeah, I think I'll do that with Snake Eyes. Then, alright. Scarlett. So Scarlett's drawn herself a move and a punch. I think what I want to do though is I want to get cracking on this, getting rid of this hostage situation over here. So she's going to use the movement from Snake Eyes. She's going to come over here and put a not a crisis token. We definitely don't want to put another crisis token down here. She wants to put a heroic down with this one here, and then she may as well punch. She's going to punch this guy here. So I've got a bit of work on all these happening. I don't tend to like to spread out my missions. I like to focus on 2 at once, but we'll see how we go here. Alright, and then our last one, Storm Shadow. Now Storm Shadow's just drawn one of his specials, so you can see here he's a very good archer. He's the Bowmaster, so he can fire across the to the other side of the board there. He can his punches this turn can target the opposite location, but I don't think we're going to do that. I'm not going to be able to get rid of this hostage situation though. Maybe I play the move and punch. That might help Snake Eyes get cracking on this Trojan robot soon, so let's do that. So we're going to move across, but before we do, we'll use the punch. Oh, we've got 2 punches. Ooh. Oh, in that case, do I want to use up that? I mean, it would be giving Snake Eyes more to do on his turn, but maybe I save that. Move in. I can still do a punch here. I'll move in here. And I'll put 1 more heroic towards this mission here. Alright, and hopefully we don't build up another couple on here, but at least we've cleared away a little bit of stuff here, so hopefully there won't be as much overflow. Alright, we'll see what the commander is up to next. Alright, what's he going to do? Alright, he's... oh no, uh-oh, this could mess us up. Okay. Oh yeah, this is problematic. Alright, so what he's going to do, he's moving 1, 2, but that dastardly fiend is going to use... now this one seems, oh, it's not too bad, but look at this, we were all primed to get rid of this, and now he's flipped everything on its head, anti-gravity device, we get flung over this way, and... oh no, and Snake Eyes, he gets brought this way, further away from the robot, and now, after that's happened, because this is a landing spot effect, now the Cobra Commander does another damage to Snake Eyes. Oh no, we're going to lose, oh, okay, well, let's maybe lose the small arms expert. Ooh. No, yeah, let's maybe lose Ninja Master. Okay. Alright, we'll keep that one. So he's done a damage to us. He is also putting a crisis token down on the anti-grab device as well. Uh-oh. Oh no, this is not great. Okay, and then luckily though, the placement of the characters isn't too bad. Little tokens, although it is filling them up, but no overflows yet. Okay. Yikes. Alright, Snake Eyes. How are we going to react to that? Oh, he's just drawn himself a single wild. I guess a wild's nothing to sneeze at, but it's certainly not a big special effect card, is it? You may... Alright, well let's get cracking with this then. What have we been given a wild? Oh, hold on, we could move twice. Oh, now I wish... should have kept that other one. Oh well. Where am I? So I could move twice, get into this spot, and start dealing with him. But now that this is under threat, I think actually what I better do is use the wild here, put that down, then maybe use the punch to take out this thug, and then I can punch in at both adjacent locations so we can really get cracking with the thugs here. Hopefully that keeps us a little bit freer from overflows and things for at least a turn. Okay. So we're spraying Uzi bullets all over the place. Okay, now. Oh, we've really got to get over here, don't we? Scarlett. How are we going to do this? We could play a covert ops. Just to try and ensure he doesn't land here. Because what would he need? A 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in case. Or do we try and do something a little bit more proactive? I guess I want to... Yeah, okay. So he lands here and puts a crisis token out. He could overflow here. And that would seal it for us, wouldn't it? Actually, if he landed here, did his BAM, and put 2 tokens here, that would be bad. So, he has already played a 4. I wonder if he has any more 4s. I don't know. I designed him, but I can't remember. Yeah, I think we'd better play this. So, we can move twice without taking any... Yeah, let's move all the way over here. Well, you know what? Hold on. Before we do that, let's see where he's going to go. Alright, we'll flip this one here. It says 2, so he's going to move 2. So he's going to move over here. That won't cause overflow. It's not too bad, actually. I think we might leave that on top. You may place it on the bottom. No, we don't need to do that, so we'll leave that there. Okay. So now we don't have to rush. Could just move to this spot and punch. Although we haven't cleared a single one of these, have we? So maybe I don't want to punch just yet. Let's get over here just in case something terrible happens. Okay. So, boy, oh boy, Storm Shadow. You've drawn. Oh man, more punches. Oh, we don't have anything to do with these, do we? Well, if we've got punches, we better punch things. Okay, so good advice. Alright, well the bow trick isn't going to help us much. We can move twice and punch. Move twice and punch. Are we going to punch the robot, or are we going to... Let's punch the robot. And then let's move again. Let's move over here. Okay, really need some heroics here. But it's not time for heroics, it's time for Cobra Commander. Alright, what's he going to do? We know what he's going to do because he's doing this. Now, unfortunately, we've put Storm Shadow in a position to get hit here, but... yeah. That's okay. Alright, so he's going to move once, twice. He's going to do a BAM, so he's going to put a crisis token down on this one. He's then going to deal some damage in this location. No one's there, but the robot is going to fire over this way. Storm Shadow keeps getting hit by this robot. Let's save the Bowmaster. And now he's going to put thugs out. Putting thugs out. Alright, well that's okay, because we sort of want thugs around, don't we? Really, we're sort of ignoring the now you know mode, aren't we? Okay. Interesting. Alright. Snake Eyes. We've drawn a... Ooh, now this is what we need, a double wild. Okay, yes. Let's do that. I think we need to get cracking on these. So, because the double wild should give us what Scarlett needs to get over here, so I'm not going to panic and move all the way over here. I'm going to finish this one off, so let's put 2 heroics down here. That will clear this threat here. Now I do notice that this is a negative spot here. This is a hazardous location. It says add a thug to this location if we end our turn here. So let's not end our turn here. Let's move and punch. So in that case, let's move towards our target here. And we'll... Oh, no, you know what? Let's punch over here because that's close to overflowing, isn't it? Let's punch here. Alright, we've got to get cracking on these missions though. So, we did that. 2 stars, we moved and we did a punch. Alright. Scarlett, what are you up to, my friend? Oh, another single wild. Okay. So... I don't think we need to do the covert ops just yet. And I'm going to play the wild so that Storm Shadow could maybe use the wild as a heroic as well, because he seems to be pretty lacking with heroics. So I'm going to use one of those. Even though I had the movement, I want to be able to use this. So I'm going to move in. We're going to clear this threat here. So this is great. We've taken the pressure off a little bit here. Just for the meantime. Alright. Then we are going to use our last wild as a rescue. And luckily we can rescue a civilian from this location as well. So that worked out well, and it just happens to be that 3rd spot. So we have found obviously some kid out playing in the old Spanish fort, and we've decided to roll up and give them a lesson. Alright, because obviously they're getting themselves into trouble. Alright, let's have a look at what we got here. Okay. Hey kids, use your head. There's almost always a better way. Alright, so we can ignore any effect that requires 2 movement instead of 1, which I think in this scenario is useless. Great job, Scarlett. Excellent lesson. Alright, but there you go. Still an important lesson. Okay. So as you can see, I don't really feel like this mode necessarily needs you to ditch your double wilds, because it's not really that helpful. Okay, it's just a little bit of thematic fun. Alright. Alright, and knowing is half the battle. Alright, so alright, that's still pretty good though. We cleared a threat. Wait, where's the other threat thing? Oh, Was that not in there to begin with? Oh well, there we go. 2 threats. Maybe I picked it up and threw it in the tub there. Alright. It must be time for Storm Shadow. Alright, Storm Shadow. What can you achieve? We've cleared 2 threats. You do seem to be pretty punch heavy here, but I don't think sending you towards that robot is our best bet. So, oh, you've got 2 Bowmasters as well. Alright, so well, I guess it's Bowmaster time. So let's do this. If we stay where we are, we're firing our bow across into nothing there. Not that we have to fire it there, so we could actually just use our punch and our heroic and... Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I did say I wanted to give you that heroic so that you could work on this threat here, but I don't know that I want to keep you there, because if you stay there and he does a bam, then you're going to get hit by that robot. So I think it's time to get out of dodge. So we're going to move over this way. Now this sleeper agents is a problem though as well, isn't it? Because he's still going to get taken out here if the Cobra Commander although we can rescue this civilian. Ah, that's good. Alright. So we've moved in. Now we're going to fire across. We can fire our 1 punch this turn at the Viper across the way there, the Cobra Trooper. And that's getting close. Alright, this is a bit better now. And then we'll rescue this at the end of our turn. So there we go. Alright, that's pretty good, I think. Alright, only got 1 threat with a crisis token on it so far. Alright, well, let's see what he gets up to next. Uh-oh. What's he gonna do? He's moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not he's not banding, but he is going to do a little bit of progress here, isn't he? Because he's going to put a thug and a civilian, a thug and a civilian, and unfortunately he's going to put a thug and a civilian here, which is going to cause some overflow. But luckily there's no bam with the... Although there's no one he can attack, because Snake Eyes is immune to his attack there, he can't be targeted. But yeah, we're going to get an overflow. So the overflow puts a crisis token on the threat in that location. If there's no threat there, then add a crisis token to the next clockwise threat. But oh man, it's overflowing here, so that's actually bad news. We've got to get rid of this robot quick smart. Okay, because now he's got 2 on there. Okay. Well, if ever there was a time for you to draw a good card here, that is woeful. Woeful. Alright, well I guess we're going in for 1 punch. Oh. Alright. He's got 3 health left, I think. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can we do it? Can we get it done? It's going to be close. Well, that star certainly isn't going to set the world on fire. I guess we're doing a... Scarlett's going to move. Where is she? She's here. She's got to do 2 movement. 1 with the wild, 1 with the move. And she'll do a punch. Okay. Can we get 2 damage off him? I don't know. Storm Shadow. He's got Bowmaster. I guess he could... Oh, yes, this could work. Alright, oh, double wild. Okay, hold on a second. So we're drawing a double wild. So he could move. What have we given him here? Well, we could move. That would be 2 punches. Alright, so yeah, 1 wild move, 1 move, and then second wild on that. So that's enough to get him if we do it that way. But if I use the Bow Master, I could use her movement to move myself here and then fire 2 shots and still take it out. I think I want to do that just so I can give myself a bit of different board presence there. I can start working on different threats if I need to. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, Bowmaster. So we're going to move in with the movement, and we've got 2 punches which this turn we can fire at the opposite location, which we will do. Okay. Phew, just in the nick of time. Holy moly. Okay. Oh man, he's keeping us on our toes. Now don't forget these can come back, because at the moment we're like, okay, this is looking pretty good. We're how many? He's only got the 1, 2, 3 threats left. We can clear those. Once he's vulnerable, we can win. However, when there's fewer of these around, this overflow thing gets very dangerous because they all sort of bank up very quickly on the 1. So we have to remember to start thinning down these ranks of these thugs and civilians too. Alright, well let's see. Cobra Commander. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, uh-oh, 4. We are in trouble here. I think we've got 2 KOs. So he's bam, well he's going to hit Storm Shadow anyway. And then Storm Shadow was going to... Oh, actually no, sorry, he doesn't hit Storm Shadow because this actually happens first. In each location with at least 1 civilian present, we deal the damage. So Storm Shadow is KO'd. When there's a KO, add an already cleared threat. Oh no. So we've got a bunch of these threats that are coming back. Alright, so it goes... The first one's going to go here. Because the other thing that's going to happen is Snake Eyes is going to get taken out as well. The 2 ninja brothers both KO'd at the same time. Just going to gently lay them down because they are painted. Alright. Yes, the civilian snuck up on us. Alright. So we've got the hostages, the gravity, or the Trojan robot. Alright, so which one is coming back? Alright, so I guess this means we're less likely to be going for the heroic goal of taking out all the threats because one of them's come back, but you never know. It is the VIP hostages, so they're going to go over here now. Oh, that's not great because that's already full, isn't it? Let's put these under here. But actually we get a second one of these too, don't we? So that's going to go... Oh, of course. Straight back. Straight back here. We thought we'd taken him out, but his eyes come back on. It's just like the comic, actually. They thought they'd destroyed it, brought it into their base, and it reactivated. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 health back again. Uh-oh. So we'll put a little token there just to remind us that these can be cleared again. Oof, that hurt. Alright. Oh, man. And after all of that, he's still putting out some civilians. So we've got 1, and we've got 2, 3, and we get another overflow over here. So that is a spot right there. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, can we get rid of these things? I don't know if I've got the heroic power in my decks here to be able to clear all these things again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it Snake Eyes' turn? It is too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up he gets. So he's got move and a heroic. He's got a heroic. Now, I don't know if I've shown this art on this one before, but this is also art from a really famous comic as well, with Snake Eyes on the front cover. It's actually the first instance, I think, in G.I. Joe where they had an issue without any speech bubbles and that sort of thing. I think it was, I forget what it was called, something about the Silent Castle or something. Yeah, it was really cool as well. Oh, here we go, and here is the special card based on that one, Infiltration Expert. So this could actually be quite handy, because now Snake Eyes, he can move to any location with a threat and then punch or star there. What have we got? We've got a punch there. We could work on finishing that off. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. I don't like the idea of this guy still hanging around though, but because I could just do a bunch of punching. I could do 3 punches to the robot, but I'm worried about this overflow at this stage of the game, and this is going to affect that overflow, isn't it? So let's head straight over here. We will do 2 heroics, so we're going to move to this spot and do a heroic, so we'll put a star down. Then we will do a heroic as our choice for this card. And over here we've got a punch, so we're going to punch this little critter here. Got 1 more to go. And if we can finish this off and 1 more thug, that would actually make him vulnerable. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. Oh, in which case would it have been better to... So I don't know if Scarlett's sort of in a position to help with that. Ooh, double wild helps. Double wild helps. So she's got a heroic. I think we're going to go with the double wild. Alright. So... Ooh, if she does either of these 2 actions, that's going to progress things, isn't it? So in that case, maybe she does a bunch of rescuing. Yeah. Maybe that's what she does. Maybe she goes 1... Let's rescue here. Keep that location a little bit lower. 2 and rescue. I'd love to get a bit further away from this robot, but I think that's going to have to do us. And that's going to give us another. And now you know. Well, knowing is half the battle card here. Alright, what does that say? So, you need teamwork to win, not arguments. Ah, okay, so next turn we can give a heroic token to Storm Shadow if there is a next turn. Alright. Alright, Cobra Commander. Still a bunch of places that could overflow here, isn't there? Oof. Oh, and he's not moving. Oh, he's not moving, but there's no... He's not... There's no BAM, but there is some placement, so let's see what he does. If you guys can make that out. What does it say here? Oh man, there's always another game. Add another already cleared threat. I think there's only 1 more. I think we're back to full threats now, aren't we? Well, I guess the good news is there's more threats to spread those things out on, I guess. But we know now that the anti-grav device is back over here. Yeah, and then he puts out some thugs. So there is going to be 1 overflow. 1. Ooh, so they're all a little bit of a threat now, aren't they? 1, 2, and he puts 1 here, so... Oh boy. Okay. Well, I think now we just have to try and take him down, do we? Whilst mitigating what we can. Oh, why did I say he was going to go? Because it was Storm... yeah, because she didn't complete the thingy. Oh, whoops, I was thinking that he was going to go next, but it's actually... So let's, alright, well let's put that back. Let's just shuffle this up, I guess. Sorry, folks. That would have been what he was doing, but Storm Shadow wakes up. Okay. Who knows, we might still get that. Alright, so let's put 1, 2... back over here. I think we haven't messed anything else up. Alright. But Storm Shadow gets to wake up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. He's got himself 2 moving heroics, which is pretty handy. That's what we want to sort of get working on. Oh, Assassin Strike though. This could be useful. So this is quite cool. So this one, he can lie in wait. Basically, he sets this up for future turns, and during any of your future turns, you may flip this card to double all punch symbols at the bottom of the last 2 cards in the storyline, if targeting a single enemy. I think we might do this, because as much as this would be super handy, We don't need it necessarily to at least get this mission cleared. We need another, wow, we need another punch though, don't we? What if I did this? Oh man, do I have the time to set this up maybe next time? Maybe. And actually it would be good if Scarlett could play a punch before this one. If I did this instead, I can get him vulnerable at this stage. That would be good, because then I can go 1 with the move, 1 to clear this. Alright, we're back to at least having one of the missions cleared. Boy oh boy, this fiend. So that's cleared that, so let's put let's just put one of these on here. So that's cleared that. So that is now done. 4 missions complete. I think I've done that right. Is that right? Yeah. Now we want to. Also, we don't want to end our turn here, do we? So that would be bad. So yeah, let's keep moving. So we're going to go move and punch. One last thug, helping us keep locations from overflowing. And well, that thug should go here. So anyway, that is 2 missions complete. So we have the thugs and the threats. Oh, they should be over this way, shouldn't they? There we go. And alright, 3 more civilians, and we've actually done that mission too. So that's not bad. Okay. Right. Now let's see what Cobra Commander gets up to. Alright, is he going to make things even worse for us? Now we have to remember, if he lands here, we can only attack him in this spot. We can't use tricky bowmaster shots and all that sort of stuff. Alright, what have we got here? So he's, well, speaking of which, he moves here. He's going to deal some damage to Snake Eyes. Alright, Snake Eyes, let's lose a single heroic maybe. Then he's going to place a... Oh, now he would place this down, but there's nothing there, and actually it's only the overflow that makes it go spread around. So in this case he doesn't put a plan in play, and he's just going to put some more stuff out. So we do have an overflow here, and we do actually have an overflow. That's 2 overflows. That's not great. Uh-oh. And this one's now got 2 on it. Oh no. Okay. Yes, now the reason this one gets overflow is because this would get overflow, but then it goes around this way, whereas this one overflowed, so... Oh. Okay. Snake Eyes. Well, that's what we needed. We needed at least 1 punch there because we didn't have anything else to work with. So I guess that's what we're playing. We will punch, but we don't want to end our turn here because that's not great. So what we'll do 1 damage to Cobra Commander. There we go, we've at least taken some health off him. He's got 8 left. Which way are we going to go? Well, these guys are already over here. Let's, we've got movement and we've got this. So let's move. Let's maybe take that civilian out. Oh, this has already got 2 on it though, doesn't it? Oh man, I don't know what's more pressing, the getting rid of the civilian so there's no overflow, or just getting rid of this threat. Alright, let's get rid of the civilian. And then I'm going to move again. Well, I hope he doesn't move 0 and stay where he is. I'm going to move this way so that hopefully if he comes around I can catch up with him, but also if I end here I can rescue this civilian. Actually, I put him in here, didn't I? Sorry. He's supposed to go here and here. Okay. Now, Scarlett, you're the last person going before we get... Oh, now this could be good. Another turn. Now, this is Scarlett's ace in the hole here. So this is her big, powerful card. She's got a couple of these. She doesn't really have any offensive cards. Doesn't really have any super offensive power cards. So these are... She's all about preventing the enemy doing their stuff. So she can do that covert ops and look at the master plan card, but then she's got this counterintelligence, which is meant to be a foil to the Baroness. So essentially the Baroness can do all these different effects, and so Scarlett can stop any one of those effects. So we can stop the villain dealing any amount of damage to a hero, or we can stop thugs or civilians being placed in a location. We can stop one of our cards being flipped over in the storyline, or we can stop a villain forcing us to move to another location. So yeah, this is one of those flip cards that yeah, we can put into play and then sort of use this to counter some sort of dastardly thing that Cobra Commander is going to do. So I think we'll play this. Now the question is, do I do this? I can move in and do 2 damage to Cobra Commander, but at the price of ending here and having to put a thug out. But I feel like with... I feel like maybe that location's pretty full anyway, so 1 thug maybe won't make all the difference. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 2 damage to him, so he's down to 6, I think. Yep, 6. Alright. But we had to put a thug out, and then it's going to be his turn again. Now we have to remember though that if one of these things is bad, we can stop it. But if he does a bunch of things that are bad, we can't stop all of that. Alright, let's see what he does. Ooh, okay, something special here. Move clockwise to the furthest location from any heroes. So he's going to go... so, this spot... Yes, because that's 1 away, but it's 1 away here. This, yeah, so this is about as far away as he can get, and yeah, so he'll end here, and then, so luckily there's no ban, so the robot doesn't zap us. Now the question is, was the robot supposed to zap Storm Shadow and Scarlett, or one of them, when they were over here? There was this card here. They were still there, weren't they? Yeah, I think one of them was supposed to take a hit, so let's lose Scarlett's single heroic here. So we'll lose that. Okay. Apologies, folks. I think that's the only one of those I've missed. Apologies if that robot should have been firing all along. Or maybe he wasn't. No, he came back in, yeah, he came back in before they were there, I think, so, yep. Yeah. Okay, I think that's right. Alright, so, but he's always just 1 step ahead, that Cobra Commander. Oh no, he adds a crisis token to the threat in his location and both adjacent. Uh-oh. That's now 1, 1, 2, 2, uh-oh. Now if this had resulted in no crisis tokens being placed, because of if this sort of area was all clear, then he would have put crisis tokens on anything remaining, so something was going to get hit there. Okay. But not too bad. He didn't overflow, which is good, I guess, although he did put out 3 tokens, so that's bad. Okay. Alright. Who we got next? Scarlett. Just went, so, alright, Storm Shadow. Oh, if only you had set this card up before. Well, let's set it up now. Oh no, but if I do, I can't move. Oh no. Oh! I was supposed to. Haha! Take that, Cobra Commander. Oh, although, do I really want to be standing on that robot? Yeesh. Scarlett can discard this teamwork card to the bottom of this deck to give... I think technically you're just supposed to discard those, but that's fine. We're going to give a wild token to Storm Shadow. So Storm Shadow could move in and do a couple of punches. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So, spend the heroic. We're going to step in. We'll get this ready just in case he comes near us again. But we've used that, now we can use a punch and a punch. So we'll do 2 more punches. Alright. There we go. Ooh, I've put myself in danger right on this robot spot though. That's not great. Okay, Snake Eyes. A bit far away over here, Snake Eyes. What can you do for us? Oh! Oh! Aha! Cobra Commander, you've fallen for my fiendish plan. Alright, so here's Snake Eyes. So he is explosive expert. He's an expert at looking away whilst explosions go off in the background and looking cool doing it. Alright, so what he's going to do is he's going to forfeit using this punch here. He's going to move into this spot, which is opposite to this spot. Cobra Commander is no longer hiding out in the undersea base here. And so that's the movement. We're going to waste this punch, but we're going to get to do 2 punches over here, and we will do that to Cobra Commander, leaving him with just 2 left, I believe. Oh, we've almost got him. Almost got him. Alright, but he almost got us too. Oh, there's a few spots that could overflow here very badly. If only I could punch one of these civilians. Surely is one of you guys a sleeper agent? Oh no. Oh no, if he gets a bunch of... Oh, okay, this could be real dicey. Should I have used some of these punches on... Well, I couldn't use any punches over here, could I? I did have stars. Well, it is what it is. Let's... Oh, I've got Scarlett's thing up our sleeve though, don't we? Aha. Maybe that might save us, we'll see. What's he gonna do? He's moving 1 and bam. I think that's okay, as long as he's not over here. If he's over here, there's so much overflow going on, I think we might be in trouble. But he's going to move 1. This is going... Uh-oh. In each location with at least 1 thug, deal a damage. Ooh, well, Scarlett gets hit. Sorry, Scarlett. And Storm Shadow gets hit. Uh-oh, Storm Shadow's in trouble here. Sorry, folks. He is in trouble. Because, yeah, he gets hit. He gets hit because the Fanatical Vipers get him. Alright. But then, he's going to bam. Hits this spot. He puts another Crisis token out here. Okay. Have I been forgetting to put Crisis tokens out? I don't know. I don't think so. Then the bam of the robot takes care of Storm Shadow, so that's another KO. So we're putting another the other thread out. Oh, there's a couple of them. Alright, which one is it going to be? And we'll put this one away. It's going to be... Oh, adding hostages. Yikes, VIP hostages. Okay. So, and he's putting out thugs. 1, 2. I think we survived. I think we're looking alright here. Although Storm Shadow's not going to get... Is he going to get a turn? Yes, Storm Shadow will get a turn, I think. So I think we're looking alright here. Don't overflow here, so I think we should be able to just take care of him. Alright, so Snake Eyes. It is Scarlett's turn. Scarlett, it would be great if you had a punch here. That'd be super good. Okay. 2 stars is not what we were after, Scarlett. That is not it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to play Covert Ops for the movement. And then the bonus is we get to have a look at what he's planning. Alright, so if we can't get to him, surely amongst all these cards here, Storm Shadow's got some punches, because all we really need is 1, and then we can trigger the Assassin Strike. Yeah. Alright. Oh, sorry, he's down for the count for the moment. Yeah, now you might be wondering, why did I not block? I think it was an overflow. Oh, there wasn't any overflow, was there? Okay, so it's all good. Well, that's why I didn't block it, because there was no overflow to be blocked. He is going to, he's going to not move. He's going to put things out which would cause a couple more tokens to go out. And then if we would be having to add the last threat back here. It's another one of those. There's always another game. He puts another threat out on the board. I think that's all right, because at least we can know where he is and we can keep him contained, and that won't take us out. There would be one there, one there. Oh, yeah, because he doesn't bam. So I think that's all right. We'll leave that there, but I think we've got him. Just depending on what Storm Shadow draws here. Now, with that movement though, what have we got? We've got a move and a heroic. So we definitely want to not end our turn here. So we'll move here and we'll do some rescuing. Oh, that'll give us one more life lesson. Here we go, kids. Always remember, instead of fighting when you disagree, look for a better way. So we can use our heroics as punches instead. So we can get the fighting done by talking people down. Alright. Anyway, all good. Okay, so yeah. Oh, actually, we all get to draw a card, don't we? Oh man, if only I'd done that before being KO'd so many times. So, Snake Eyes will draw a card. That's our last there, and then Storm Shadow's already KO'd. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And Snake Eyes has got his Ninja Master back all the way from the beginning of the game. There we go. Oh, look at this. Alright, we've got double wilds. There's our double wild. We've got the move and the punch. That'll do it for us. We've got the heroic. That won't do it for us, but it's still nice to have. And just to show him off, this is deadly defense. So with a flurry of defensive maneuvers, he can deflect the attacks back at the enemy. So on the next villain turn, you may redirect any damage dealt to you, split as you like, to any villain, henchman, or thug in your location. Well, I think we will use this one here, the move and the punch, so we can move, gets back up, jumps in. We will flip Assassin Strike to double the punch, and that's all we need to take him down. And we just got there. Yeah, things were looking a bit dicey there. We had, because it might not look like there were a lot on here, but all it takes is for him to overflow. And for example, if he'd landed here, that would have been one crisis token with a BAM, and then if he'd overflowed here, that would have been another one sort of thing. So they can really ramp up, sort of thing. I think, yeah, we were getting pretty close there. Things were looking a bit grim. So, yeah. Well, anyway, I hope you guys like that. We got there in the end. We took down Cobra Commander. Maybe not very convincingly, but hey, look, we got there. He had a few cards left. What was that? 4 cards. So that's not too shabby. And we saved a few kids along the way, and showed off some hero decks as well, so I think that was pretty successful, hopefully. So yeah, let us know what you think of G.I. Joe United. That seemed like a fun battle. What do you think of Cobra Commander? What do you think of the way that the battle plays out in general? Does it seem like a fun one to you guys? Does it seem too easy, too hard? Yeah, I hope he looked like a lot of fun. I know from lots and lots of playtesting that I think his balance is just about right there, sort of thing. So, but I guess the time will tell now. Now it's out there in the wild. If people send us feedback and stuff, you can let us know how your battles have gone as well. Yeah, that was good fun. So we'll keep playing some more Marvel United here over the next year or so and on into the future. But next battle will probably be an official battle, so I'll have to look into the Marvel ranks and see what else we can pull out for our next battle. But continuing with G.I. Joe, we've got the Baroness coming up. We've also got Destro, and like I mentioned before, those other modes. So I definitely want to be showing off vehicle mode and the Viper mode. Although I haven't actually got the Viper cards arrived yet. I haven't printed those off, so that one might be I guess the last one that I show. And like I was mentioning, I think I mentioned Storm Shadow is in the works, his villain mode. So yeah, he should be ready within the next week or so and posted. So if you've been following along with the G.I. Joe stuff, it's all available on Tabletop Simulator as a mod, and you can get pro print files, so you can print it off professionally. You can get the home print files as well, and all of that is available on the Marvel United Wiki. So if you go to the Homebrew file section there, go into the G.I. Joe section, all the links are there. And there's also locations. There's about 12 locations I've done so far, so hopefully we'll show off some more of those in the next battle. Yeah, lots of vehicles, lots of fun stuff. And the Vipers, I've got about 5 or 6 Vipers done, but the plan is to eventually have about 12 or so of those Vipers. So there'll be a big deck of Vipers. Essentially that mode is going to be, you can basically replace any threat from any mission you like with a Viper, and as many as you like, really, as long as you don't think it'll break the game, and just allows you to put the flavour of having all those different Vipers into the thing. I was originally, when I was making these, I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to have so many Vipers as threats, they're going to be great. And every time I kept creating the villain battles, I wanted to put all these scenario specific things in, and the Vipers kept getting pushed to the side. So I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just have a pool of Vipers you can have on standby, and you can just sort of put them into the game to flavour them as you like. So yeah, that's the plan with the Vipers. So alright guys, well thank you very much. Keep your eyes peeled for lots of fun stuff going on in the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll be back with more gameplay videos and maybe some live streams and stuff, so keep your eyes peeled on that. I just wanted to give a shout out as well to the Homebrew designers. We've got another up and coming designer, Allcock, in the Discord there, has come up with a great new Incredible Hulk villain a hero deck to use as an alternative to the standard one. So now we've got almost as many Hulks, I think, as we've got Wolverines. We've got Grey Hulk, and we've got a regular Hulk, we've got Gladiator Hulk, and now we have the Incredible Hulk, and he has a lot of fun sort of cards to let him sort of cash in on these rage tokens and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. That's up on the Marvel United Wiki as well. So until next time, folks, we'll catch you later, and yeah, Meeple Monkey out. See ya. Bye.